The world stands on the brink of the Second World War. Factories are shutting down, people are losing their jobs, and the future seems uncertain. Yet, even in these turbulent times, there were those who continued to dream and create. In 1936, in the heart of France, an icon was born, the Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. Out of the 4 that were built, only 3 have survived to this day. One of these magnificent vehicles was sold for a staggering $40 million. To put this into perspective, the entire state of Alaska was purchased for $7.2 million and the Louisiana purchase cost $23 million. So, theoretically, for the price of this Bugatti, you could buy half of the United States and still have $10 million left over. While this is, of course, a jest, there's often a grain of truth in every joke. Money has held different values at different times, and this brings us to the theme of our video. How much did these iconic cars of the past cost when they were new, and what would their prices be today, adjusted for inflation? To achieve this, we will use historical price data and adjust them to modern dollars, taking into account hundreds of inflation parameters. This will allow us to accurately determine what these cars would cost today in 2024. Let's start with the legendary Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. In 1936, this masterpiece was priced at $40,000. When we adjust this for modern inflation, it equates to approximately $904,000 today. Now, either the calculator is playing tricks on us, or the price is remarkably reasonable. Given that these adjustments are quite accurate, we can conclude one thing. The Bugatti family were true philanthropists. Today's Bugatti cars can be several times more expensive. Let's perform another calculation. As a vintage luxury item, one of these cars was sold for a staggering $40 million in 2010. Calculating this using the same formula for inflation-adjusted prices of antique items is a bit more complex, but let's give it a go. By this calculation, the car would be sold for around $57 million today. Now let's travel to 1994. Not long ago, the Berlin Wall had fallen, and the Soviet Union had collapsed. A loss for geopolitics, perhaps, but not for us car enthusiasts. Meanwhile, in America, everyone was caught up in the O.J. Simpson trial. Amidst all this, one of the most iconic S-Class models ever, the W140, was already rolling off the assembly line for several years. This car is legendary. It killed Princess Diana and saved the life of Georgian President Shevardnadze. It introduced groundbreaking technologies to the automotive world and changed everything. In 1994, the minimum price for the S320 version was $7,600, while the base S600 was priced at around $3,300. Adjusting for inflation, these prices would be approximately $150,000 and $276,000 today. Unlike the Bugatti we discussed earlier, the prices of modern S-Class cars have actually decreased by nearly half. This isn't surprising, though. Today's S-Class is still an incredibly impressive vehicle, but back then, it was something truly extraordinary, a dream car that commanded a higher price. Now let's discuss the most affordable Porsche 911 you can find on the used market today. It's the cheapest because it's old, but not quite old enough to be considered a rare or vintage model. It's far removed from the latest models due to its age, and it stands out for another reason. It's the only Porsche 911 to deviate from the traditional headlight design. Yes, you guessed it. We're talking about the 996 model. While it maintains the Porsche tradition in every other aspect, those headlights make it the odd one out. In 1999, the base model of the Porsche 911 996 was priced at $65,000. Adjusted for inflation, that would be approximately $122,000 today. Porsche's pricing strategy has remained fairly consistent over the years. The the base model of the 2024 Porsche 911 starts at around $116,000, which is quite close to our inflation-adjusted price. Porsche holds a special place in my heart, so I can't resist the pleasure of discussing another iconic model, the Porsche Cayenne. Introduced in 2003, the Cayenne marked Porsche's bold entry into the SUV market. At its debut, the base model was priced at $56,000. Adjusted for inflation, that would be approximately $95,000 today. Interestingly, the new 2024 Cayenne models start at around $85,000, a figure slightly lower than our inflation-adjusted price. Now let's move on to a people's favorite, a car that offered so much without breaking the bank. A car that you can frequently spot on the streets, regardless of the generation. Yes, we're talking about the Škoda Octavia. In 1997, you could buy a Škoda Octavia for approximately $12,000. Adjusted for inflation, that would be around $23,000 today. The Škoda Octavia has always been known for its reliability, practicality, and excellent value for money. While today's models might be priced higher, they continue to offer incredible value. And now, a riddle for our viewers. Which do you think was more expensive, the first generation of the BMW 8 Series or the second generation that appeared recently after a long hiatus? Pause the video now and leave your answer in the comments along with your reasoning. While you do that, let's delve into the calculations. The first generation, the E31, was produced from 1989 to 1999 with a minimum price of around $70,000. Today, that would be an astonishing $168,000. To give the modern BMWs a fair chance, let's compare the cheapest old model not with the base new model, but with something more impressive, the Alpina B8. Even this high-end model is cheaper, with an MSRP starting at $151,000. The E31 was a marvel of its time, featuring advanced technology and luxurious design. It's fascinating to see how, despite inflation, some modern counterparts can still be priced lower than their historical predecessors. Let's go back to the origins of mass-produced automobiles. We're talking about the first car in the world to be produced in the millions, the Ford Model T. When it was introduced over 100 years ago, the Model T was priced at $825. Adjusted for inflation, that would be approximately $25,000 today. This inflation-adjusted price remains quite democratic, reflecting the revolutionary impact the Model T had on making automobiles accessible to the masses. Since we're already in America, let's discuss the famous American land yachts. These are the iconic vehicles that defined an era of luxury and grandeur on the road. First, we have the Buick Riviera from 1962. Priced at $433 when it was released, that would be roughly $45,000 today. Next, let's look at the Cadillac DeVille from 1977. Back then, it was priced at about $10,000. Adjusted for inflation, that's equivalent to around $51,000 today. Lastly, we have the Lincoln Continental from 1958. Originally priced at $6,000, that would translate to approximately $65,200 in today's dollars. These iconic vehicles remind us of a time when American cars were the epitome of luxury and innovation, setting standards that continue to influence automotive design to this day. Now, I'm going to surprise you, especially the older generation, by talking about Tesla. It may seem like this brand emerged only recently, but consider this. They started mass production back in 2012. The first cars were being built as early as 2008, which means it's been 12 and 16 years, respectively. How time flies. Let's focus on their flagship, the Model S. In 2012, the base model with a 40 kilowatt battery was priced at $7,400. The 60 kWh version was $67,400, and the 85 kWh version was $77,400. The performance version started at $87,000. Adjusted for inflation, these prices would be approximately $78,400, $92,000, $105,700, and $119,400 today. As for the modern Model S, the base model starts at around $75,000 and the plaid version at about $90,000. So, while the prices have remained relatively stable, the performance has significantly increased. Another car that I truly love is the Bentley Continental GT. We won't spend too much time here as I've covered Bentley extensively in a previous video. Let's jump straight to the prices. In 2003, the base coupe was priced at $149,000, which is equivalent to $254,000 in 2024. Fast forward to 2012, and the price had risen to $189,000, equivalent to $258,000 today. And now, in 2024, the price ranges from $243,000 to $400,000, depending on the configuration. Let's delve into some of the more accessible yet beloved models from Japan, starting with the Subaru Impreza. In 1999, the Subaru Impreza was priced from $16,000. Adjusted for inflation, that's about $30,130 today. The 2024 Impreza maintains a similar price range, starting from around $23,000 to $29,000. Despite the years, the Impreza remains a popular choice for those seeking reliability and performance at a reasonable price. Next, we have the Toyota Camry. In 1999, it was priced from $17,000, which equates to about $32,000 today. The 2024 model ranges from $26,000 to $37,000. The Camry continues to be a top pick for its blend of comfort, reliability, and affordability, a testament to its enduring appeal. Finally, let's look at the Nissan Maxima. In 1999, it was priced from $22,000, which would be approximately $41,400 today. The 2023 Maxima is priced between $38,000 and $44,000. The Maxima remains a compelling choice for those seeking a bit more performance and luxury in their sedan. These models highlight how, despite the passage of time and inflation, the value proposition of Japanese cars remains strong. Whether it's the sporty Subaru Impreza, the reliable Toyota Camry, or the luxurious Nissan Maxima, these cars continue to offer excellent value for their price. What was the cost of safety in 2005? Let's talk about the world's safest car at the time, the Volvo XC90. In 2005, the base model of the Volvo XC90 was priced at $35,000, which would be approximately $56,000 in 2024. The model with the high-performance V8 engine from Yamaha was priced at $45,000, equating to about $73,000 today. Volvo has always been synonymous with safety and innovation, and the XC90 was no exception. The 2024 model ranges from $56,000 to $80,000. It seems like Volvo uses the same inflation calculator as I do. Despite the passing years, Volvo continues to offer top-tier safety and performance, maintaining its reputation as a leader in automotive safety. The XC90 remains a prime example of how Volvo's commitment to safety and quality has stood the test of time. I know you're enjoying this video, but all good things must come to an end, and this video is no exception. Remember where we started, with the exquisite Bugatti, one of which is in the collection of the renowned Ralph Lauren. Let's end on a Bugatti note as well. The ultimate hypercar of the 21st century, the Bugatti Veyron. In 2005, it was priced at €1 million, or $1.28 million. Today, that would be approximately $1.98 million. So, these are the prices. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with your friends. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time and the evolution of car prices. It's fascinating to see how the value of these iconic cars has changed over the years, reflecting their enduring appeal and technological advancements.